what if I told you there's an ancient formula, almost like a source code, for our entire emotional lives? Today, we're going to crack it open.
You know how it is, right? You're having a great day, everything's fine, and then bam, one little comment, one annoying email, and your entire mood just tanks. It's like a light switch just flips off. So how does that even work? How can something so tiny have such a massive impact on us?
Well, here's the thing. That whole process, it's not random at all. It's a predictable, almost mechanical chain reaction that's happening inside you, like all the time. And these ancient texts, they basically laid out the formula for it. The cool part is, once you see the formula, you can start to mess with the result.
All right, so let's start at the very, very beginning. That first spark. What actually has to happen for you to experience, well, anything?
Okay, so these ancient texts, they break this down with just incredible precision. They say that for any experience to even land, you need 3 things to come together. It's like a simple recipe. So let's just take sight, for example. You need, number 1, a sense organ, your eye. Number 2, you need an object, say a shape or a color. And then number 3, and this is the really important bit, consciousness. That's the awareness that kind of glues the other 2 together. If you're missing even one of those, poof. Nothing happens. The experience just doesn't register. So this moment, this meeting of those 3 things, it has a name. It's called Phassa, or contact. And you can think of it as the absolute ground floor for everything you'll ever experience. It's the very first domino that gets tipped over. And look, this isn't just about seeing things. This is happening all the time through 6 different channels. You've got your eye, your ear, your nose, tongue, and body. But the 6th one? The 6th one is wild. It's the mind itself. It's treated just like a sense organ, making contact with things like thoughts, memories, and ideas. Okay, so we've got contact. The spark has happened. The sense organ, the object, consciousness, they've all met. So what happens in the very next nanosecond? Because this is where the whole machine really starts to rev up. This next piece is absolutely central to the whole thing. Phassa Vedana. It literally means, because of contact, feeling arises. And it's not like maybe it arises. It's presented like a law of physics. Contact happens, and boom, a feeling immediately, and I mean immediately, pops into existence. It's unavoidable. Now, we have to be really, really clear about what feeling means here. This isn't the complex stuff like love or anger or jealousy. Not yet. This first feeling, it's called Vedana, is way more basic than that. Think of it as this instant automatic judgment your body and mind make before you even have a chance to think about it. And get this, there are only 3 possible flavors for this initial feeling. Just 3. Everything you ever experience, seeing a beautiful sunset, hearing a loud siren, even just thinking a random thought, it gets instantly tagged as either pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. That's it. It's like a simple trinary code for your entire life. Okay, so to recap, contact happens, which immediately creates a feeling, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. Now this is where it starts to get really personal, because that simple little feeling, it doesn't just hang out. Nope. It immediately triggers the next link in the chain. So here's the next line in our source code. Veda napachaya tanha. Because of feeling, craving arises. That raw judgment, good, bad, or meh, instantly fuels a reaction. It's a pull towards something, a push away from something, or just ignoring it completely. This right here, this is the engine that drives almost everything we do. And the logic here is just so simple, it's almost elegant. If the feeling is pleasant, the automatic reaction is desire. Give me more of that. If it's unpleasant, the reaction is aversion. Nope, get that away from me. And if it's neutral, we kind of just zone out. We ignore it. And this isn't something we decide to do. It just happens automatically, hundreds, maybe thousands of times a day. So we've got contact, leading to feeling, leading to craving. It seems like a simple little loop, right? But what's so wild is how this tiny, constantly repeating mechanism, well, it becomes the fundamental building block for our entire emotional world. And yeah, especially for our suffering. Yeah, because the formula doesn't stop there, it keeps going. That first little spark of craving, it can solidify into clinging, where we just mentally grab onto an experience and refuse to let go. That clinging then fuels something called becoming, which is literally the process of building our identity, our sense of me around these reactions. And the end of that unchecked chain reaction, the texts are really blunt about it. They call it the entire mass of suffering. And just to be clear, we're not talking about some floaty philosophical idea here. They mean the really raw, painful stuff we all go through. The texts are super specific. Sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, despair. They're saying all of it, all of that heavy stuff grows from the seed of that simple, mechanical process we've been tracing.
Okay, I know. That sounds incredibly bleak, right? Like we're just robots stuck in this automatic loop. But this is where the absolute genius of this whole analysis comes in. Because if the start of suffering is a predictable formula, then the end of suffering has to be a formula too. You can actually work it in reverse. So let's just lay it out one more time. The formula for suffering is all about dependencies. When there is contact, feeling arises. When there is feeling, craving arises. See? Each step directly causes the next one. This is the whole thing just running on autopilot.
But the formula for freedom, it just flips the logic on its head. The texts say when one link stops, the next one stops too. And the most powerful place to intervene, the real sweet spot, is right between feeling and craving. If craving only happens because of a feeling, what if you could change how you react to that initial feeling? What if you could just not let the craving happen? You can literally pull a link out of the chain. And that is the whole game. The solution isn't to, lock yourself in a room and stop the world from making contact with you. That's impossible. The real freedom is in building up the awareness to see this process happening as it happens. To actually feel that little pleasant or unpleasant tag pop up and just watch it without immediately letting the automatic craving or aversion take over and hijack the whole show. So, think about this. If that whole chain reaction that basically runs our emotional lives is just a formula, that means it's not some permanent fixed part of who you are. It's more like a program that's running in the background. And if you can see the code, what could you write next?